Hey everybody, thank you for joining us for Profit Training. We're going to go over contacts and how to upload a bulk list of contacts. Looks like we're still waiting for a few more. I'll give it another minute or so and then we'll get started. And also, if you guys have questions, there's a question box. Just pop in and ask away.
Why are you wasting time?
Well, we're back. Everybody want to introduce, obviously, I'm Amanda, Marketing Director at Bank of England Mortgage. And this is Steve Danaway, D&T Media, who has built our wonderful system, Profit. Hi, Steve.
Hi. Good morning. You want me to start?
Do you have a joke?
I got plenty of jokes, but none they want to hear.
All right, fine.
Yeah, believe me, they don't want to hear any of my jokes. If you really want to do, come see me my one-man show in New Orleans in 2 weeks. I'll share some of the worst jokes on the planet with you. I have been practicing this for 40-something years, and I know exactly how to make everybody leave inside of 5 minutes.
If you guys should be able to see our screen with Profit, the blue background, and our yoga bow. If you cannot, then please let us know right away.
John's not here, so we should be all right.
He always just, yeah, he had screen problems. Okay, so I want to make sure everybody knows, in case you haven't been on a past webinar about Profit, this yoga bow is an internal bow and logo for Profit only. This does not go out to your realtors, borrowers, etc. It's meant to be somewhat humorous and lighten up the mood. So there's yoga bow.
Zen bow, whatever you want to call them.
Zen bow.
Buddha bow.
If you guys haven't signed up for Profit yet, you can do so at this boeprofit.com/register. Here. Can't drive.
Joseph is speaking in tongues over here.
Uh-oh. That's a bad joke.
Sorry. Well, it's, I don't know what
Let's go.
Okay.
Just sign in.
I've already signed in. So basically, it's simple, straightforward if you're not on board already. First name, last name, your NMLS number. If you don't have an NMLS, enter BOE Profit. Your branch number, your email address, your Encompass user ID. If you don't have one, enter BOE Profit. And then password, register for an account. What happens when you hit the register for account button is it will send you an activation email. Almost said authentication, activation email. You should get that inside of 5, 6, 10 minutes. If you do not see one inside of 15 minutes, let us know, because that probably means Encompass is screwing with us again. Or not Encompass, excuse me, CompSys is screwing with us again. And we may have to check, make sure your mail account hasn't been blocked. Just one of the many fun things we deal with day in, day out. Once you get that, it's just a simple little link that you click on, and it will activate your email or activate your account. Once you do that, you'll be able to log into Profit, and your borrower loans, if you have any inside Encompass, should start loading into your account shortly. So I'm not going to go ahead and do that because I'm already have an account and I'm already logged in. So very first thing you'll see on screen, your dashboard. I'm just going to cover buttons real quickly. Then we're going to get to the meat and potatoes about importing contacts. Across the top of the screen, you have two different menus. You have the right side menu, you have the left side menu. Makes sense because they're on the top right and on the left side of this page. If you have a wide screen, or if you have a small screen and you want to use it, you can click on that little button there, and the menu collapses, makes the main dashboard bigger. Across the top, if you are a manager, you have access to manager mode. I see at least 2 managers on here that I can, or 3. There's at least 3 that I see right now. So what that does is that allows you to look at all of the opportunities for all of your
loan officers.
Thank you, loan officers. Thank you for getting there. It also allows you to do things like manage your team. You can activate, deactivate, add employees yourself. You can go in and set budgets, which I'll show you the budget button here in a minute. So it's a pretty interesting little thing. You've also got notifications. So if anything that we do behind the scenes, you'll get a notification of in your little box. You got the live chat button. We're not online right now. Sorry, we're not online right now, but obviously because we're doing a webinar. So if you get on there and you get a question, go ahead and hit us. If we're not online for some reason, you'll see this little form to send an email. If it is, we'll start a nice little live chat with you. The budget button, that shows you what you have available in your budget. There's currently one thing that you get charged for in Prophit, and that is sending postcards. Sending a postcard to a opportunity or a client or anything like that costs $2. That covers the cost of the postage and the cost of printing the card. Managers can set budgets independently per loan officer. If we have ideas in the future of adding on gifts and other things like that you can send to your borrowers. So that's just what's coming up in the future down the pipeline. If you have any crazy ideas about stuff you want to send it, Miss Amanda would be more than willing to answer them for you. Please send them. Make sure if you do send them, though, you're going to send them after 11:30 at night because we'd like to make sure she stays up and working all day. Campaign settings. What was the cost of sending a postcard? It was $2. $2 per postcard. That was from Suzanne. Campaign settings. We'll go through that later on. We have time because we have a very important agenda we want to talk about today. And the logout button. That's very important. Left side menu, you've got your profiles. I'm not going to go into detail on all of these in particular, but you've got your Prophit profile, which controls what you actually look like, what your information looks like on the bottom of everything you send out, emails, postcards, the whole 9 yards. You've got the keys profile. If you don't know what the keys is, please let us know, and Amanda will drive over there and hit you on the head with a ball peen hammer. It is the newsletter that we send out once a month from corporate with your information customized on the bottom of it.
To all of your borrowers. And
to all of your borrowers. We send out about 75,000 emails a month.
Or maybe a little violent today.
Well,
I'm not hitting anyone over the head with a hammer. I promise.
Okay. Fast app. Everybody knows what the fast app is, hopefully, on here. If you don't, Amanda will be more than happy to explain it to you. See, is that better? Not
Yes.
violent?
Not violent.
She's more than happy to explain it to you. If you do have a fast app, you can go through there. I don't have one attached to my number, so I can't see it. But I can, you can go through and modify all the information that shows up on your fast app under your name. So you can actually go through, change your bio, change your email address, change your phone numbers, all that fun stuff that goes associated with that.
Yes, please keep it updated.
Yes.
Moving on to contacts.
I'm sorry, I'm getting there. We got manager tools, fun little things for you managers to play with. You have all of your contacts, your campaign things. So the first thing that we're going to talk about here specifically, because Amanda's about to strangle me if I don't, I'm again being violent today. We're going to talk about importing contacts. So you've got 2 options when it comes to importing contacts. You've got a single import, meaning you import one person at a time. Hey, I just want to add this person. And you select if they're a prospect, an agent, or a borrower, builder, whatever you want to say, and you can build their information in as you go. The one that is probably going to be the most used for all of y'all is the batch importing system. So batch importing works on 2 types of files. It works on a .csv file, which is a comma separated value, or a .txt file. Has to be one of those. If you put an Excel file in there, it will throw it out. If you put a PDF, it will throw it out. I've actually seen somebody try to put a JPEG in there. It'll throw it out. So very simple, very straightforward. We have our templates up here, so you can actually see how the fields are completely set up in Encompass, in Prophit. But you don't have to pay attention to that. As long as your stuff's at a CSV, we can make this work here. So select a file to upload. So I'm going to choose, and I have a file here that's all set up nice and neat and tidy, and we're going to open. Is your NMLS number included in the file? Simple, straightforward answer. This situation, it is not.
Can I add something real quick?
Go ahead.
So for you guys that don't know CSV and Excel and the differences, you can very easily save your Excel spreadsheet as a CSV. If you don't know how to do that, just Google. It's really easy.
Or ask Patrick.
No, don't ask.
Oh, please, come on. I just want to make Patrick's life a little miserable today.
You are on a roll.
I'm having fun today. Question number 4 in here. Are there column names in the first row of your file? So if you have headers across the top that say first name, last name, email, address, that sort of thing, that's what that's asking. In this situation we do, so we're going to say yes. How's your data separated? Commas, semicolons, tildes. We try to put as many things in there as we possibly can. This one's a comma separated file. And what type of contacts are these? Agents, borrower, agents, builders, or prospects? These are prospects. So you can see step 1, very important. We're going to upload the file now. And the file has been uploaded. So now we're looking at visual import mapping. And this is the part where people tend to lose what they're doing and just say import my data and then wonder why it didn't work exactly like it's supposed to. So this is category. The drop-down menus you see here are all categories for profit. These are profit data for what you picked. Then you've got your data fields, the names of your fields, or if you don't have data fields on top of these would just be simply the first row of your data. Then you've got 2 sets of examples showing how things work. So this is first name examples, so on and so forth down the line. So what we're going to do, this says first name. So we're going to take this box right here. As we click on it, it says prospect first name, last name, email address. So obviously this is a first name. So we're going to click on first name. We don't have a middle name field inside Profit. So we're just going to leave out and ignore this data. Last name, we're going to click on last name. Title, we don't have a title for this particular, for borrowers. We don't have that title information. Email address is exactly what it sounds like, email. Primary phone, we have phone and we have mobile. Actually, mobile's down there, excuse me. So we have mobile phone. So this field doesn't have addresses and city, state, zips, any of that fun stuff. But basically, we're done at this point. So if you have multiple fields, you'll have a longer list. If you have, a short list of like 5 or 6 fields, you'll only have 5 rows here. But this is the important part. This is the part that people tend to forget to do, or they just say ignore this data, and then it just ignores it entirely. So once this is done, and you have all your fields mapped, review them where they are because that's where it's going to go. Once it's done, you click the import my data button. I'm not going to do this right now because these contacts are already in the system and I don't want to import them on top of mine. So when you hit the import data button, you will get a message that says, thank you, your contacts are queued for import. The import system runs about every 15 minutes. So it'll go through there, parse your file. And the first thing, it does a series of tests. First thing it does is it looks to see what the file type is. Actually, excuse me. First thing it does is to see if the file upload failed. If the file upload fails, it'll send you an email message saying, hey, the file didn't make it. Try again. Then it goes to check the file type. If the file type is not CSV or TXT, it will send you an email message saying, hey, this file is not valid with Profit. We can't do anything with it. Please try again. Then after everything's said and done, it's tested everything, goes through and checks the field mappings. If you didn't map the fields, it'll send you a message saying, hey, you didn't map the fields properly. And finally, after you've passed all the other tests, it'll start importing your data. If everything's a go, all the data will import, and your contacts should show up in your account in approximately 25 minutes or so. It takes a little bit because there's 2 separate systems that run. One has to import the data, and then it has to assign them. It has to assign them tokens and make sure they're not crossing over with your other contacts. So it does a whole bunch of little behind-the-scenes stuff. So it should run about 25 minutes from start to finish, from the time you import them to when it's actually set to go. Now, like I said, it runs every 15 minutes. So if you import your data at 9:13, for instance, then it's going to run a lot quicker than if you import it at 9:01, just the way it works. So it's real simple, real straightforward. If for some reason you do this and it doesn't register, there are various things that happen inside text files. We call them gremlins. Yes, that actually is a term we use in the industry. And it can be situations where the character encoding is not right, or there's some weird, obscure character, especially if you come out of Microsoft products. Microsoft tends to use some characters that aren't actually expressible in pure text. So it'll sometimes bomb out on that. If you get something like that and something doesn't load all the way, just contact me or Amanda. We'll definitely look into it. I'd love to tell you that it's 100% foolproof, but like I said, a lot of the time coming out of Microsoft, I mean, y'all have seen it on you've probably seen it on a web page where you'll see some crazy thing like a question mark with an umlaut on top of it. And that's just a Microsoft character code that a page couldn't understand.
Do you have, can you show them an example of the email that they would receive when it doesn't populate correctly, and then one where it's complete?
Give me a second. I gotta go dig into my email to do that.
I know, but you're really fast at that.
I don't know about that, but.
So I think.
Go ahead and you talk while I'm looking.
Okay. So I think I want everyone to understand that our biggest challenge with this is just that when you're importing, you're not selecting the type of category that your columns are. And then you're ignoring all the data, think that you're done, and then you're going to get your contact import failed email, and you're not going to understand why, but it's because all the steps weren't completed. And so, or that you uploaded the wrong type. So this one is an example of you tried to upload an Excel spreadsheet when we've already said you have to have a CSV.
It just kind of happens. Looking for a success one. Give me a second. Keep talking.
I don't know what else. Does anyone have any specific questions on importing?
Everyone's been quiet here.
No, that kind of worries me a little bit.
I can't find a successful. Can you import custom fields?
Suzanne's asking, can you import custom fields? Like what, can you give me an example of a custom field that you're looking for?
There it is. Loan amount and rate. She's right there.
No, loan amount and rate.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We in an e-blast to someone, then
there, especially when you start dealing with loan amounts and rates, there's some funding. Didn't funding suite say there's credit concerns that we have that we're not allowed to touch?
Right.
We're not even supposed to be reporting that.
If this is meant for prospects, and then so I mean, if you had a past borrower at a past company with their note rate or whatever, that's not something that we would import into this information at this point.
There's some additional requirements and legalities when you start messing with loan imports or loan rates and credit scores and that sort of information. So we've kind of steered away from that right now, trying to keep this as safe as possible, for lack of a better word.
Yes. So if you add your contacts into Encompass, you wouldn't have, unless it's a new loan, you wouldn't have that option there either.
Yeah. For
the same reason. And on the screen now, you can see this is an example of when you did everything right and everything worked out and everybody's happy. And here's your contact import is complete.
Yep.
So.
Apologies, I had to remember what the verbiage was on the email.
So that's kind of what we wanted to discuss today. I know this is a short webinar, but I'm sure you guys are probably all happy about that. Obviously, we'll be doing more of these, and there are tons of these tutorials where we've already covered every piece of Prophit. If you're already logged into Prophit, you can click the tutorials down on the bottom left. Or you can go to marketingboe.com if you haven't signed up for Prophit, and you can also view those tutorials there as well. Were you going to show them anything? Looks like we have one more question.
Can I get this out?
So we can't use this as a CMS for past clients. Do we have a system for that?
I'm not locked up.
Give me 1 second, Suzanne.
Sorry, we're having a technical trouble with my computer. I can't really seem to click on things at the moment. Suzanne, you asked a question about past clients and things and that information. Going back, following up on what Amanda was saying, because I was searching and only halfway kind of listening to what she said. Loan amount and rates are loaded for borrowers. They come out of Encompass, and we do load that information directly. If you have a contact or anything like that, there are fields, and I got to find some contacts. I only have prospects, so I got to go find prospects myself here. There I am right there. So you have sections inside each borrower contact that you can add quick notes in. So if you want to add notes and or rates and things like that, once you import them, you can add them into the quick notes section. So that was a very good reminder from Amanda there that you can do that. Like I said, we try to pare this thing down as tight as we can to make sure that we don't, because the bottom line here is this system is trying to support 1,000 different people, and we try to make it as simple as we can, because if we didn't, then we'd end up with a database that has 10,000 applicable fields for 100,000 records, and that would slow everything down to where nobody wants to mess with that kind of thing. So
for now, it doesn't have the ability to do that.
Well, if it's something that everybody would be interested in, we can definitely look into doing it.
Yeah. Talk about, we have down here, where is it?
Feature request right there.
Right there. So if you do have a awesome idea for Prophit and you want to add in something, or you'd like for us to look at possibly adding in something, you just click feature request when you're inside here and explain to us what you're looking for and what you want, and then hit submit.
Rank the importance.
Rank the importance, yes.
Yes.
And hit submit.
I'm going to put a Spinal Tap joke in there. Of course it's good. I want to show the rank the importance box.
All right. So I guess I'll ask one last time if anyone has any questions. If we don't have any more questions, then we look forward to having another one of these. We rotate trainings, Prophit and Fast App, every other week, typically at the same time. You guys will always see an email from me on that, as well as if you look on your home front that's sent out twice a month, you also can review those dates on that as well. It looks like no one has any more questions. So hope everybody has a great day, and talk to you guys soon.
All right. Have a good one. You got any questions at all, email Amanda, and she'll give them to me. Or email marketing@boemortgage.com, excuse me. Marketing@boemortgage.com. Have a good day, y'all.